Hey, I'm Laurel. I'm a licensed therapist, and today I wanted to do a short video to talk about the difference between boundaries and barriers. Now, boundaries is one of those buzzwords that you hear a lot about, and relationships are supposed to have them, and it's hard to set them sometimes. And I think there's a lot of confusion about what a boundary is. So I wanted to talk about that. My favorite definition of a boundary is the distance from which you can love yourself and someone else at the same time. I'll say that again. The distance from which you can love yourself and someone else at the same time. It's a little different than the way we think of them. We tend to think of them as like, you need to stay there, which, yes, it is, but the foundation of it being a loving thing, setting a boundary, it's like, if you're here and I'm here, we're good, right? That's what a boundary is. Now, a barrier is saying, you stay there, and it feels like a push away, and it feels like, I'm not going to let you in. We cannot be close. And sometimes those are appropriate. Sometimes if a certain dynamic is just someone constantly challenging a boundary, or someone who has their own mental health issues or their own stuff going on, sometimes you do need to set a barrier, which can be very painful. And often barriers are more absolute. It may look like, not having contact or only having contact in a certain way. And that's hard. And sometimes the only option, sadly. But a boundary, like I said, it's an act of love. It's saying, okay, if you're there and I'm here, we're good. Setting boundaries, maintaining boundaries, negotiating boundaries, and changing boundaries is something that we are all constantly doing. And it can be really difficult because it isn't a black and white, all in, all out. And sometimes, especially during COVID, boundaries need to be negotiated and adjusted given a certain living situation or certain circumstances that we normally wouldn't find ourselves under. So if you are looking to work on boundaries in your life and start to really lovingly set some boundaries so that you can love yourself and other people at the same time, I'd love to hear from you. It's one of my favorite things to do as a therapist, and you can schedule a free consultation right on my website. Super easy to do. I look forward to hearing from you.